So it has really come to my attention recently about the whole idea of laying a strong foundation. Now, this can take on so many different meanings. However, my feeling and my interpretation of it has always been there, and it has always been something that I have been aware of. And it is something that keeps coming into my awareness. It keeps coming into my field. I keep hearing people talking about it. I keep thinking about it. And that tells me that my intuition is needing me to hear that lesson, that phrasing again and again and again. So I am now sharing that wisdom. I am being the vessel for the intuition to come through so that I can share it with you, because you need to hear it too. If you're watching this video and you're watching me right now, then please know that you need to hear what I am about to tell you. So what does laying a strong foundation mean? Well, when we take it in the physical sense, laying a strong foundation is usually the terminology that we use when we are building a house or a building. What do? We dig out the foundations, we dig up the earth, we unearth it all, we move the debris or the weeds out the way, we make a plan. We plan out the size, the shape, the different rooms, the different areas, so that we can then begin taking brick by brick and building a strong foundation that is designed to support that building, that house, whatever it is, for eternity. And we are the same. So when we really think about this in a spiritual sense, in an emotional sense, getting in tune with our own earth and what is growing, what weeds are currently there that need to be uprooted, what do we need to clear out the way in order to make room to lay these fresh and new foundations? Now, there are many ways to do this, and something that works for me, and I invite you to try this, is to make a daily practice of really getting into your energy field. We are energy. Everything is energy. Everything on the earth, in the universe, is energy. And so, just to do a quick side note here, it's no wonder that we are affected by the moon as well. We are affected by what's going on with the planets, whether we know this consciously or not. We are affected by it. The moon controls the waves, the ocean on the earth, lunar energy. It's been proven, it's scientifically proven that the moon affects the tide, it affects the waves. So why, when we are made up, I think it's 80% of water, our bodies, our physical being, is it any wonder that we can ourselves feel the effects of the different moon phases? If we really open ourselves up to it, we really tap into that aspect, it's no different. So we are energy. We are a part of the entire universe. The universe is within us. That is what that means. The earth was created, again, scientifically proven. It has been proven that the earth was created by meteors, rocks crashing into each other. And then it was a chemical reaction that created the earth. And obviously I'm blanketing over this. But that's the crux of it. That is the core of it. We are stardust. Kirsty Gallagher says this. I absolutely adore Kirsty Gallagher. She has taught me so much. She has a wonderful company and a book called Lunar Living. And she talks about this all the time. And when you really start to open yourself up to being a part of this greater collective, being a part of this bigger whole on this planet right now, when you really open up to that, you begin to realize that the universe and us are not separate. We are eternally connected. And it is my belief that we actually choose the lessons that we wish to learn in this lifetime before we come here, before we come to Earth, before we are here. We have chosen the lessons that we need to go through to expand our knowledge, our awareness, and to move us forward into greater dimensions. That is my firm belief. If this isn't resonating, this isn't landing for you, please don't worry, it's just not your belief. But for those of you that it is resonating with, there's a reason why you're listening to me right now. I don't believe in chance. I don't believe in coincidences. And so to get back to this idea of us being energetic beings, energetically aligned with being on this planet at this time in history, being connected with the greater good, the wider universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, knowing that we are part of the same consciousness, we are part of the same thing, we've come from the same place, and we are living in the same world right now. And so what I want to encourage you to understand is how we come into this world as a pure and open being, a baby. We are then conditioned by our primary caregivers, our environment, the experiences that we go through throughout life. And in a way, that is where the weeds come, because that is the soil that we have learnt to survive in. And if we don't take stock of our garden and we don't consciously analyze and look at what it is that we are manifesting in our present life, especially if we are not happy with where we're at, or we are not seeing the results that we wish to call in, and we're not fulfilling the purpose that we know deep down, we know intuitively we were sent here to do. If we are not achieving that and we're not seeing that, that is a big, 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 big sign that something has to change. You cannot manifest results from the same place that is creating the current results you're getting that is not what you want to receive. Now, I'm saying this as much for myself as for you, because it's through repetition that we really learn these lessons. And so getting these weeds, getting this old soil, moving the clutter, getting rid of all of that, getting out of the way so that we can dig our new foundations and we can start selecting which bricks we're putting in there to build this empire, to build this legacy that we were put on this earth to build. If that's where you're at right now, I see you, and I am here to help guide and support you. Something which came to me earlier as I was meditating on this, and it's come up in conversation a few times today for me, this idea of foundations. But what also came to me was this whole knowing that we are not put on this earth to lead others by the hand and to live their lives for them. That is not our responsibility. That is their responsibility. That is each and every one of us. That is our individual responsibility to take charge of our own lives, to be responsible for everything that has come into our lives, good and bad, wanted and unwanted. We have to get to a place where we can take responsibility for everything. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm not saying this as in we should be blaming ourselves for anything. We definitely should not be doing that. And we should not be getting into a low ego vibration with it and a spiral of, well, I must have attracted this. This is my fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to get to a place with it where you have awareness around it. You have awareness that on some level, usually unconsciously, you have wanted or needed that lesson to happen no matter how painful it was. A part of you needed that thing, that lesson, that experience to happen, because hidden within it was a huge lesson that you were meant to learn. I firmly believe this, and believe me, I've been through trauma. I have been through some of the hardest things a human could ever go through. So I'm saying this from a deep, deep, deep place of understanding and love. And I am telling you it's possible to get to a place of accepting this. Because it's through the acceptance that we can actually begin to build and move up. We can move through it, we can move forwards. It can be a part of us, but it does not control us and it doesn't hold us back. And so becoming a leader is not so that we can lead others by the hand and do the work for them. Becoming a leader is teaching others how to become their own leaders. So the lesson is in being the example to others. Become the role model. Be the leader to others as you are being the leader to yourself. That is how you help people. That is the only way that I can help you, by becoming the leader of my own life, taking my own decision to take responsibility for everything that's happened, good, bad, indifferent, accepting it, meeting it with love and kindness, pulling out the shadows, doing the shadow work, doing the really, really hard work, finding all of those little ego traits that are trying to remain hidden, trying to control you from a subconscious level, bringing all of those up into awareness, because it's only when we can see these things that we can actually do something about it. And choosing our bricks, brick by brick by brick, building those foundations to support us for the rest of our journeys in this lifetime and beyond. I really hope that this has resonated with you. This whole journey of self-discovery is where I'm at right now. And it's an essential part of who I am. I've known this for a long time, but I am very aware that not everybody has this need, this desire, or this inkling to dive so deep. And something else that I have come to accept that I was also talking about earlier today was, I'm not sure how useful it is to keep revisiting the past when we're trying to move forwards. I'm not sure how useful it is to analyze every tiny little thing of especially a traumatic event that occurred in the past that still has some power over us in the present and is preventing us from stepping up in our future selves. The more that I am learning about it and the more that I am processing my own trauma, the more I am realizing that it is enough to trust myself that I know what I went through. I know how it felt. I know what happened. I don't need to relive that. I don't need to overanalyze every tiny little thing and have a huge emotional outburst about it and then stay in a really depressed state for days and days and days. That isn't helpful for me. And I would encourage you, if you are going through the process of healing through your traumas, and especially if you feel like you're not getting ahead, you're not actually making progress, you're kind of staying in the same stuck place and it doesn't feel good, I would highly encourage you to think outside of that box. Really do a visualization, do some energy work, get out of your head and get into your body. Because it's in the body that the real transformation comes. It's in the body where change happens, where intuition resides. And if you don't have a strong relationship with your intuition, you find it hard to connect with your intuition, then this is where you need to start. That is the area, the practice that you need to start doing on a daily basis. Find a meditation, create your own practice. Use some of mine. I've got loads I can share with you. Whatever you need to get you to a place where you're moving the energy forwards instead of staying stuck. Okay, take a nice deep breath. I feel I have so much that wants to come through me right now to channel. And I am also so aware that it can be overwhelming to try and say everything at once and do everything at once. And it can be exhausting. So I am going to leave it there. I am going to encourage you to begin to clear out the old, refresh the soil, get rid of the weeds, dig those trenches ready to place your bricks in for your new foundations, to really get that strong foundation ready for building your legacy, doing the work that you were destined to do. You are not on this earth by accident. You are not watching me by accident. Something has connected us energetically, and you're here with me for a reason. So I am honoring that, and I am sharing everything that I am learning right now to help you. But to be a good leader, I can't do the work for you. I am here to empower you to become your own leader. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Take care.